What is going on, guys? Welcome back to some more videos, and I thought this would be a very interesting topic. Now, I've kind of noticed something between natural bodybuilding and enhanced bodybuilding, and that is the apparent difference in conditioning. Now, this isn't to say all natural guys are shredded. This isn't to say all enhanced guys aren't. There's some really great enhanced guys who are peeled. Phil Heath is peeled. Hadi Chupan brought some of the best conditioning I've seen since the 90s, since the early 2000s. There are some guys out there who are enhanced that are stupid with the conditioning, and conditioning is more so a dieting and cardio and just work output versus anything else. I mean, you just put the work in and you can get conditioning. So it's not that, like, because they're enhanced, they lack conditioning. It's probably more so the work ethic. But you do notice natural guys, they seem to be in just way more phenomenal condition in comparison to enhanced guys. And obviously, I mean, being natural, we don't really have a lot of size to work with. The only strength a natural guy has is his conditioning, because for the most part, all natural guys are the same size. No one's going to have big, stupid, dumb arms, big, stupid, dumb chest. You might have the one abnormality of some genetic freak that has a genetically great back or genetically great quads. But for the most part, these body parts aren't stupid apparent. These physiques in natural bodybuilding aren't large and insane like you would find in enhanced, obviously. Is not even close. This particular guy here is Alberto Nunez. He is I don't think he competes anymore. It's been quite a few years since I've heard anything about the guy, but when I first started looking at YouTube stuff back in 2009, 2010, 2011, this guy was talked about. Like, he was known for conditioning, and as you can see, he's not a big guy. By any means, he's a big guy. He's not. But what he is peeled and covered in striations. Look at the triceps. Look at the lower back. The glutes are in. I mean, if you want to talk about conditioning, this is the benchmark for conditioning. Like, there's nothing you can say about his physique other than he's a bit small. Beyond that, he's peeled. And he looks bigger because there's virtually no fat on his body. And that's the thing about the natural guys. They really aren't big. This isn't him, by the way. Well, it might be him. I mean, his chest does have that very distinct dip. But the one thing about the natural guys is that, they really aren't big. But because they get so peeled, the muscle looks big and impressive. Now, I want to talk about another natural guy, Brian Whitaker. And I believe this guy won the 2016-15 WNBF Pro Worlds, and he won the Yorton Cup. I think it was 2015 or 16, one of those years. But this is another guy, not big, not massive. He doesn't have anything outstanding about him. In fact, you might even say he's a bit small. But for natural bodybuilding, he is one thing, and that is freaking condition. Conditioned, peeled as shit. If you want to talk about shreds, you need to talk about Brian Whitaker, because, bro, look at him from the back. Now, this probably isn't the best photo of him. I probably could find a better one, but the glutes are insane. Peeled is not the word. He's in the center right here, by the way. Peeled is not the word. Look at the guy to his left and to the right, and then look at him dead center. You can see a clear, distinct difference in conditioning, and this goes back to my point. It's not the fact that they're enhanced or natural. It's about the work, because you have two natural guys. Well, just to give these guys the benefit of the doubt, they're probably not in the pose. That guy that's on the right of him, you can see he's not even flexing his legs, so he probably has striations in the glutes and everything. He does not in the pose yet, but anyway, so as you can see, Brian Whitaker is insane. Conditioned, shredded, peeled, not the biggest guy in the world, but glutes are in, everything is in, detail is there. He's just crazy. Let me actually turn the brightness up a little bit so you guys can see this a bit better. There we go. He's insane. Like, pick him out from top to bottom. Yeah, he's small here, small there. If you look past the size and just focus on the shreds in detail, it is something you do not see in the IFBB Pro ranks. It is something you don't normally see with enhanced guys. And I'm going to get to that in a second. I'm going to make a point here. There's detail that you can see on natural guys that you just don't see on enhanced guys. And I'm going to go to an enhanced guy right now, Juan Morel. Now, I'm a fan of open bodybuilding. I love bodybuilding. And Juan Morel is a guy that's known for conditioning. If people talk about Juan Morel, it's like, condition. That's a condition guy. He brings condition. He's all condition. And I do agree. Juan does bring conditioning, but there's one specific photo that I'm looking for. Ooh, this actually looks pretty cool. This is actually early in his career. Wow, he looked great here. Whoa, he looked amazing there. Why did he look so good there? And damn, he looked way better earlier. Anyway, so that's not the point of the video. So this photo right here, perfect photo for what I want to showcase. So take a look at Juan Morel. Juan Morel is known for conditioning, known for it. What do people say about Juan? Oh, he's conditioned. He always brings conditioning. He's insane in conditioning. He's conditioned. He's insane. But he never brings glutes, ever. His shoulders, although big and full, they don't have those deep, nasty striations and cuts through the entire shoulder from top to bottom. He doesn't have that. His glutes are tight, but they're not peeled as like a Brian Whitaker or a Alberto Nunez. They're just not. For example, I'm gonna go to Doug Miller now. Doug Miller, he takes drugs. I think he's natural. A lot of people don't. A lot of people think he's lying, and a lot of people, he says he's natural. I'm gonna take his word for it. He competes in natural bodybuilding, although he won the Jay Cutler Classic back in 2014 or 15 or something like that. There's debate. There is debate, but he says he's natural. So I'm going to use him as an example because he has these features that you don't really see on the enhanced guys. I'm just going to use him as a natural guy because he claims natural. And I believe it, so that's not the point of the video if he's natty or not. But this particular photo right here, when I first saw this photo, I wasn't impressed with the size. I was impressed with the detail. I want you to take a look at his shoulders. Look at the small little just feathering and cross striations, and you can see all the fibers. You can see everything. But if you go to Juan, it's just like this big blown out balloon. And I'm going to use someone else, Kai Green. Kai Green is clearly in shape. Lower back is peeled, glutes are in, but he has this same big bubbly shoulder look that Juan has. He doesn't have the cross striations in his shoulder. He doesn't have the cross striations from top to bottom. Well, why is that? I mean, why don't we really see these details in enhanced bodybuilding? Why don't we see the details from these guys versus other guys who are natural? Everyone is conditioned. Everyone is peeled. Clearly, Kai is conditioned and clearly Kai is peeled. But we don't see that same detail. Once again, here's another shot of the shoulders. He's probably not as peeled here as he would in the other photo, but once again, we don't see that same detail, for example, in the shoulders here that we would see on a Doug Miller who has stupid detail everywhere. We just don't see it. Even once again, like Brian Whitaker has the same detail in the shoulders. If I can find a shoulder photo of him to showcase, not this one obviously, but it just little, like for example this one. You can see it. He has that stupid shredded just cross striations covering the shoulders. Why do these natural guys have very distinct looking conditioning versus guys who are enhanced that have a completely different look when they're conditioned? What is it? Because it's not that one isn't conditioned. It's just that his conditioning looks different. It's not that Kai isn't conditioned. It's just that his physique looks different with that level of conditioning. Well, why is that? It's very interesting. I don't feel like these guys are as conditioned as the natural guys that I've showcased in this video here. What happens when you build a muscle so big is that it pushes against the skin. And I feel like we're able to see these kind of details because the muscle is so big. But in reality, they could have probably benefited from dieting more. That could be the case. Or it could be the drugs they use, because certain drugs, I believe, I'm not a drug expert. I don't know much about steroids. I've never used. I don't know much about it. Don't crucify me if I am not accurate with the statement. But I've watched some podcasts and I've seen some things. I've seen videos saying that certain drugs like testosterone will raise your water levels. It will have you retain water. Could it be that these guys are just always retaining water in these certain areas? There's no reason why Kai shouldn't have that shoulder detail that I showcased from the other natural guys. I mean, even up to Alberto has detail everywhere. They all have that, crazy, just distinct natural conditioning versus the guys who are enhanced. So, there's one thing I kind of noticed. There's one thing that I thought would have been an interesting topic. Like, bro, look at Doug here. Jesus, this is, bro. What even is this? I see why people question if he's natural. I know he is really big for a natural guy. I know this, but he claims it, and I'm gonna take his word for it because I mean, there's like, why would I not take his word? This man is peeled. This man is conditioned. Detail everywhere. I mean, just bro. Doug Miller is crazy. He's insane. But once again, these natural guys have this very distinct, very detailed conditioning over guys who tend to be enhanced. Even like a Phil Heath. Let's pull up Phil Heath. Let me see Phil Heath. I just want to look at the shoulders. That's all I want to look at. I want to see what the shoulders are saying. And I'm not saying that, you know, we can't have a guy that is that big that can't have shoulder detail, but I've just never seen it to that degree ever. I mean, you think the muscle being so big, look at this, case in point. Phil Heath, once again, clearly conditioned, clearly dumb peeled. Glutes are dumb, hams are dumb, everything is stupid, but he doesn't have that same natural conditioning that the natural guys have. But Phil is detailed. Like, I don't think there's any more fat or water he can lose. So for me, it seems to be a drug thing. It seems to be a difference in drugs, because I try to find a guy who's enhanced that showcases those kind of detail. And you can probably find one. You can probably find someone out there. I'm sure you can. If you look hard enough, you're gonna find a guy out there, because there's a lot of genetic anomalies out there and people who can pull certain looks off. Drugs may not affect someone a certain way. Drugs may not have someone's physique hold water compared to the majority. So I'm sure you can find someone. If you do, then you can leave a name down below. I just haven't found that person. But I thought this would be a very interesting topic to talk about, because once again, there's this difference in conditioning that these guys tend to have. It is not like Doug is probably more conditioned. I mean, well, he probably is more conditioned. I mean, honestly, he's insane. Yeah, I don't know what it is, guys. I think it's a drug thing, but that's just me. So down below, let me know what you guys think. Down below, let me know if you agree. Down below if you agree with me, don't agree with me. Let me know your opinion, and I look forward to reading comments. So thank you guys once again. If you enjoyed the video, like, share, comment down below, and if you're not subscribed, make it a thing. Sub to the boy, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.